What's happening, YouTube? Back in the day gamer here. Thanks for tuning into my channel, and today I'm coming at you with another pickup video. I'm running a little behind on my pickups because my computer was down, my webcam broke, and I've been picking up a ton of stuff. So this whole lot here is everything I picked up back in May. So let's jump into it. We got a few categories here. The first category that I was going for, I'm not sure why, but I was on a bowling kick. So we've got Championship Bowling here for the Sega Genesis. Check out the box art on this thing. It was the first thing that grabbed my eye. It was kind of a pricey game, but I wanted it, so I got it. So Championship Bowling is an extremely easy game, even for a bowling title. The first time I played it, I almost beat it. If I would have tried a little harder, I probably would have. It's got great graphics. Gameplay is easy and simple to pick up and play. I like the animation in the crowd here. One thing I thought was super hilarious was how your sprite, or at least the sprite I chose, grinds his teeth every single time he throws the ball and keeps grinding them all the way till the ball hits the pins. Then he gets the reaction. The second bowling game I picked up in this lot is the Brunswick World Tournament of Champions for the Super Nintendo. This is a much harder game than the first one. It's definitely more how I would expect a bowling game to be. I'm a bowler, so it's cool how there's lots of choices to customize your guy, your ball weight, things like that. I want to play the tournament mode to see if it has a cool story, an actual game other than just bowling. It's not that great so far, but it could definitely improve. So moving on to the next category that I went on a kick for this month, we got baseball. Tecmo, Super Baseball, Extra Innings, and Super Bases Loaded. Couple Sega Genesis baseball titles, Hardball, and Sports Talk Baseball. Now, none of these games were that great. I played all of them for a little while. No game footage on any of them because none of them were that spectacular. Some of them were good, some of them were horrible. I'm sure you played them, you know. Couple more Sega Genesis games. We've got Shadow of the Beast. Couldn't get this one to work in my Retron. I got mad, gave up, so that's as far as we go with that. Next is a title I wanted to pick up for a long time, Risky Woods. So one reason I never picked up Risky Woods before is that I never see it anywhere. The second reason is that it's always really pricey. I found this one at one of my local spots, loose cart. It's in good condition for a great price, so I definitely picked it up. This game has awesome graphics. It's one of those games, unfortunately, where the enemies just don't stop. The worst part of this so far is how you have to bend down to pick up items. I hate that so much. Why don't you just pick them up as you run past it? Haven't played it a whole lot, but so far it's been confusing as hell. There's lots of going up or down to different screens, and part where you collect these compasses and you stick it in the statue. I'm really sure I've just been button mashing and it's been going in there. But definitely want to play it more. Like I said, I wanted it for a long time and it looks cool. Doesn't have great reviews, but I'm holding up hopes for it. But one thing it does have going for it so far is this really cool end screen. These are the last two Sega Genesis games in the lot. Brutal, Paws of Fury. So this game has a good concept so far as I've seen. It looks like there's a storyline to it. It's not so well executed. The graphics are decent. It's just a button masher. I got crushed playing it for 20 minutes or so. I thought the stats for the characters were pretty amusing. You know, I'll probably play it again, but I wasn't in love with it. Last one was Desert Demolition, starring Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. This game looks cool, has good graphics, but I wasn't super into it. I don't know if you're just supposed to keep chasing the Roadrunner, but he kept being right out of my grasp, and I wasn't enjoying it that much. Got a few regular Famicom games. First one is the fancy gold cartridge Dragon Buster. I did a little segment on this one a couple of weeks back. Check that out. It's called Games You Never Knew Existed. This one's worth giving a shot if you can play Famicom. So picked up a couple of multi-carts. Unfortunately, neither of these work in my Retron, and I don't have an original Famicom, so I am without comment on these. Got a handful of Game Boy games here. First one, like an idiot, I bought again. Simpsons, Escape from Camp Deadly. I got the original baseball and the original golf. Neither of those are very good, but they're worth having. I think I had them back in the day. Moving on to my next category, the biggest category in this one was I am on a fishing game kick, and I am out to get every fishing game that exists for Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega, Sega Genesis, and Game Boy. And I got a big handful of them here. First one is Bassmasters Classic for the Game Boy Color. Haven't played this one yet, but the cart graphics look alright. I don't know. The other Game Boy game I played, Black Bass, was really terrible, so I'm not holding out much for that one. So we got 3 more Super Nintendo games: Super Black Bass, Bassmaster Classic, and Jimmy Houston's, what's that called? Bass Tournament USA. These games are alright. None of them super stand out. Now we've got 4 Super Famicom fishing games here, and I don't speak Japanese, obviously. This one is Larry Nixon's Super Bass Fishing, and these other 2 are in Japanese, so I don't know. Haven't played them yet, but I'm going to. The one of these fishing titles that did stand out so far is this one right here. I don't know the name, but this is what my Retron 5 says it's called. This game was super interesting. Every fishing game I've played before, you know, you cast and you reel in. That's how you play it. This one, you toss out your bait on a bobber, and you watch the bobber, and when a fish bites it, you know, just like in fishing, bobber goes down, you set the hook, reel it in. It's got great graphics. The fishing part of it actually isn't too easy. I'm sorry, too hard. You just reel in when the line, you know, looks like it's going to snap. You just let go of the button. You don't let it get too loose. You know, you just kind of feather it. But I thought it was super cool because you fish with a bobber. And that was the way everybody started fishing. And I don't know, I just kind of liked it. There are fishing games I like more than this one, but in this lot, that one stands out. So I bought this thinking I had the game, but I did not. I got the Nintendo Power with the Zelda Minish Cap featured in it. I saw a review by Lucius T, who's hilarious. Should watch his stuff. I had never even heard of this game before. I watched his review of it. It looks like an awesome game. Can't believe I never heard of it. Totally blown away. I ordered this because I thought I already got the game, but I didn't. But maybe it's in next month's. So I only picked up 2 Nintendo games this month, which is super odd for me, because that's my system. But the first one is Tailspin. Now, obviously, everyone is familiar with this title, but believe it or not, I never once played it until now. You hear mixed things about it. I expected the controls to be totally horrible, but they're okay. It's not nearly as bad as I thought, and I don't know why I put it off all this time, but now I have it, and I'm definitely going to play it. Now the next game I picked up, I completely expected to be ultra terrible, and most of you probably will think it is, but I like it, because I'm a huge Jeopardy fan. I got Super Jeopardy! So like I said, I totally expected this game to be super bad, but it's not. It's okay. Better than the other Jeopardy game on the Nintendo that I played, for sure. I want to know, why does everyone have red hair except that one blonde-haired chick? The game has a voice, and that's cool. It sounds alright. I definitely look forward to playing it more. The questions are a little confusing so far, but much, much better than I expected, like I said. So the last stack of games I picked up here in this month are all Super Nintendo. The first of that lot is a game that I picked up on May 4th. Super Empire Strikes Back. So disclaimer here, I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. It's not going to win me any points, but it's the truth. I obviously like Star Wars. I've seen them. I grew up watching them. Science fiction just isn't super my thing. Playing this game, the soundtrack is awesome. The intro is great. I could watch it just like a movie. The controls are pretty good. I like the graphics a lot. I'll definitely play this one some more. Some of the crappier titles, we got Super Tennis, not bad. Vegas Stakes, didn't get to play this yet. I do like some casino games if they're fun. Hopefully it has a story mode. Got Wario's Woods, hated this. This one here, what the hell's it called? Skiing and snowboarding. Label's real bad, so skiing and snowboarding. Tommy Moe's Winter Extreme. Haven't played it yet because it's the middle of summer and I don't want to think about snow, even though I like snow. The final game of this lot was the one I found to be the most fun, and that is Animaniacs. So I'm surprised I don't recall ever playing this game before because I love the cartoon, and so far this game is on. The music is spot on, the story is spot on, the gameplay is wacky. Just makes me want to say, hello, nurse! I definitely had a ton of fun playing it. I only played the first, I don't know, probably only played it for 20 minutes because I had all these games to go through. But this one and the bobber fishing game are probably the two I'm going to continue to play the most of in this lot. So that wraps up everything I picked up in May of 2017. Thanks for tuning into my video. Stay tuned for my June pickups because that's on deck to be made right now. So, thanks for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. And until next time, YouTube, keep it retro!